In this video, we will cover one of the most important aspects of successful trading, identifying market state. So what is market state? Market state is the phase in which price action is behaving. At any given time, price action exists in one of two essential phases, trend or range bound. By understanding which phase price action is in, active traders can deploy the appropriate strategy. Then, positive expectancy trades may be executed in the live market. First, let's define the term trend. A trend is a directional move in price over a given period of time. This direction can be either upwards or downwards. An upward directional move in price is known as an uptrend. Conversely, a downward directional move in price is known as a downtrend. Uptrends and downtrends may occur in any financial market, including stocks, currencies, commodities, and cryptocurrencies. Also, trends may develop on short, intermediate, and long-term time frames. Traders can identify a trending market in many ways. One of the simplest is to draw trend lines, connecting a series of higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs. These lines indicate the presence of a trend and may be used by traders to make informed trading decisions. Let's check out a few examples of how to draw trend lines. Okay, as you can see on the chart in front of you, there is a number of different ways a market can move. Most basically, it can move up or it can move down. And what we're going to do here is we're going to give you a few examples of how you can use trend lines to identify an uptrend, and a few examples of how you can use trend lines to identify a downtrend. Now, this is a US 30 chart. It's a daily chart. This methodology will work on any time frame, be it intraday, daily, weekly, or monthly. And all we really are looking to do is connect some of the upper and lower extremes to give us a good idea of which direction the market is trending and which way we should consider entering a trend following or reversal trade. So just to get started here, we just click on our trend icon. And you'll notice that it's very straightforward. We are just trying to connect a series of higher highs in identifying an uptrend. Now, there's a few different ways you can do this. You can connect a series of higher highs. That'll give us an idea that price is moving in a bullish fashion. But you could also connect a series of higher lows. And really, it is user preference. Many traders use both to identify a channel or a defined range in which price has been trading. So that would be an example of an uptrend right there. Connecting a series of higher highs or a series of higher lows. Now, the biggest thing to remember about trend lines is they don't have to be absolutely exact. You'll notice that we have a little bit of leeway in here when we're connecting these. Oftentimes, you'll find yourself just connecting several different peaks and or valleys in some of your other price bars, some of your other periods. You won't actually have connected them at all. But the general market direction, price action is moving in that general direction still. So we did a pretty good job of identifying a daily uptrend here on your US 30 chart. Now, on the other hand, let's take a look at how to define a downtrend. Now, remember, a downtrend is a bearish directional move in price. In essence, this is a very good example of a downtrend. You can see price up here. We had a nice compression pattern, then we finally broke right up from around that high level, and then we just have come down consistently since then. So, when we want to draw a trend line, remember, upwards, we're going higher highs and higher lows. Now, if we're connecting the bearish trend lines, to draw a bearish trend, we're going to be connecting a series of lower highs and lower lows. So it's exactly the opposite of what we did for your uptrend. Right here, you're going to see a situation where, okay, let's say we want to start right here at this spike high, and we want to connect those lower high values. And you'll notice what we've defined a directional move in price, and conversely, or on the other side of that coin, we want to connect a series of lower lows, which is exactly what we've done there. So typically you'll find trend lines to be the easiest way to identify a prevailing bullish and or bearish trend. They're easy to draw. Just remember, you're looking for a series of higher highs for that bullish trend, or a series of higher lows. And for that bearish trend, that downtrend, you're looking for a series of lower lows or a series of lower highs. Okay, now that we know how to draw trend lines, the old saying really kicks in: how to get good at something, practice makes perfect. So go through, pull your pricing charts, draw a few trend lines on many different time frames and many different products. And over time, you will find that you'll get fast and become very proficient in identifying trends, and you should be able to do it quickly after just a little practice. Now, there are several ways to trade a trending market depending on one's goals and risk tolerance. A common approach is to buy into an uptrend and sell into a downtrend in the hopes of capturing the trend's momentum and profiting from the price moves. The act of joining prevailing price action is referred to as trend trading. Another approach to engaging directional markets is called countertrend trading. Countertrend trading involves taking an opposite position of prevailing price action. This can be risky, as it requires accurately predicting a trend retracement or a reversal. Nonetheless, counter-trend trading provides the potential for large profits and significant gains. Now, regardless of strategy, it is important for traders to use risk management techniques such as stop-loss orders to protect against potential losses. It is also important to remember that trends can end abruptly, and traders should always be prepared for a sudden market reversal. A great way to fully grasp these concepts is to practice on a demo trading account. When you get some time, open your trading platform and examine some markets that are on the move. Then locate a few trend following and reversal trades. Lastly, execute those trades on various time frames. By doing so, you'll gain an understanding of how trend and reversal trading works. All right, let's put it all together. A trending market is a market where the price of an asset moves in a specific direction over a period of time. There are several ways to trade directional markets, including trend and counter-trend trading. No matter which type of trading you choose, it's imperative that you employ risk management techniques to protect your account against exorbitant losses. A range-bound market is a market where the price of an asset is moving within a defined range rather than trending upwards or downwards. This range is defined by support and resistance levels, which are price levels that have historically constrained price action. Support levels represent the bottom of a trading range as they constrain bearish price action. Resistance levels represent the top of the trading range as they constrain bullish price action. One of the best things about ranging markets is that they are relatively simple to identify. In fact, traders can identify a range-bound market by looking for horizontal price channels on a chart, which show the upper and lower bounds of the range. Range-bound markets can occur in any financial market, including stocks, currencies, crypto, and commodities. Now, there are several ways to trade a range-bound market, depending on the trader's goals and risk tolerance. One common approach is to buy at support and sell at resistance, in the hopes of capturing small price moves back towards the center of that range. This is known as range or reversion trading. Another approach is to wait for a breakout, which occurs when the price of the asset breaks through resistance or support and moves out of the range. Breakouts can signal a potential trend and can provide the opportunity for large profits. However, breakout trading can be risky, as catching a breakout often requires accurately predicting the direction of said breakout. This is often problematic as range-bound markets typically exist in choppy trading conditions. Now, regardless of your trading approach, it is important to always utilize risk management techniques such as stop-loss orders to protect against big losses. It's also imperative to remember that range-bound markets can easily transition into trending markets, and traders should always be prepared for the possibility of a trend change. So in conclusion, a range-bound market is a market where the price of an asset is moving within a certain range, defined by resistance and support levels. There are several ways to trade a range-bound market, including range and breakout trading. However, no matter which strategy is employed, it is always important to use risk management techniques to protect against those huge, extraordinary losses. In conclusion, a range-bound market is a market where the price of an asset is moving within a certain range, defined by resistance and support levels. There are several ways to trade a range-bound market, including range and breakout trading. However, no matter which strategy is employed, it is important to always use risk management techniques to protect your account against exorbitant losses.